Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today it's all about jiggy jawing and putting a joggle in metal. And I found that if you make a small jig for it, you'll do it more often. At least I do. Also a quick review on this brake right here. Pros and cons from what I've seen so far. And if you're in the market for one, stick around. Jiggy jawing is my word for it. I'm not sure what the technical name is, but where this has to go across a piece of metal underneath and you want it to come up to the next layer so that it doesn't pull that top layer down, I call it putting a jiggy jaw in. And just ignore these notches here. These are scrap pieces of hardwood. But I just cut a little line across here and I beveled this edge a little bit so it fit up in the corner and just made a simple tool. And this one has a bevel on the edge of it. So the metal, when you hit it down, this has a place to go. And then just stick it in a vise, line up your line. This one's gonna be over 2 pieces of metal. So I'm gonna have it back a little further. Double check that it's lined up. Like that. I found that if you got an easy way to do this, you'll do more of them. And I like the fit better because if you just put in the flat piece of metal with a curve here, it still wants to pull that down right here. That first one, it has a bump in it. So take another piece of hardwood and a sizable hammer, and I line it up with that line right there, because cut the bevel on here so that it doesn't have a sharp bend. You want a smooth round bend and give it a whack. Just like that. Depending on how you want it, you can tune it up. An extra long one, so hitting that made a little dent in the middle, but that doesn't hurt anything. I'm going to cut this back too. So that's one. This one only has 1 piece of metal to go over. There's that rounded corner. That one's perfect in one hit. And that's how it does it. Gives you just that amount of room so you can put another piece of metal under there that's going this way. As you can see, then it fits really nice. And then I can fit it to the curve. I'll show you which one I'm doing now. I've done 2. I'm doing this one. Of course, this one has the rib under here, then it has that extension piece of metal here, so it has to go across both, and then it has the inside rib here. So I'm going to drill my first hole here first to get my length set. But first I'm going to round these corners off so that they don't get in the way. As you can see, the piece of metal they're trying to support is curved. This one's pretty straight compared to these. This was quite curved. It's pretty straight. I don't think I'm gonna have to put much there, but here, here, and here definitely. That's pretty good. Now I'm gonna set it up inside there, which there's no good access. So this looks like the only option I'm going to have. And they've got quite a bit of bumps in here to curve it, and it's close to that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. So there's a bump right there. Gonna have to go forward just a little more than I want to. I may have to adjust the angle of that slightly to make it fit good. Boy, that curve ain't right. Look how that buckles way down. Before we go any further, I'm going to try to get that shape a little better. Got a lot to do with that end tab. Does pull it down. Let's hook some of this back up. I think we can confidently drill another hole. Well, that's not looking so bad. Once this drew up, it kind of relaxed this one a little. It still needs to be bowed up just a little bit right here yet. I'm going to finish up these two and then do that, go back in and see how it looks. Now for the big dog. Alright, that's good, except I need this curved up from here to here. Just slightly. Once I put a little extra crimp between these, that brought that up. And it's fitting a lot better. I'll try to show you on an angle. Yeah, because the reflection from outdoors shows how it was sucking down. These are fitting really good. I don't think I can do any better than that. Factory put 3 of these in, and when mine are all supported, this is really oily can here. So I've got some stock that is the exact same material and width and all that. So I'm going to put from here to here another brace. I'm not going to show you how I do it, but I'll show you the end result because you've seen how I go about it with this one. Made my jiggy jaw for the front one. Had to make a radius here because underneath there's a little bend bump to make that curve. So I wanted to keep all the material there. And I had to make this little curve here so it fit all the way back against that rib over there. And then I put the curves in. And this one is flat up at the gas tank rib. And then it angles down. And I needed a jiggy jaw there because there's a small piece of metal underneath there. Well, this one got a little off center. It's a little bit to the right, but that just means it's closer to the angle under there. But now it ain't moving. So got that one done. It's connected on each end too, not just to here, to that bracket. I go all the way over to the rib whenever it lines up with one.
Well, I've been bending metal like probably everybody else without a break. Tried making them out of wood, but if they go for any kind of length, they kind of spring in the center. They really reinforce these buggers. There's way better than this out there. I looked at one for $300, when it's automatic. This part goes up and down with just a lever. This, when you put the metal in, it's not huge production by any means. You just screw this down to retain it. It has a spring to lift it up. And its biggest fault that I've seen so far is that I had to elongate this hole to get this on this. This is your adjustment for putting that line on the part that bends it, for the edge where you put the line on the metal. So I had to elongate that to get that back, to get a little softer bend. They're very sharp. There's really no way yet that I can tell how to get this softer, except maybe put some tape along the edge of it. And that's the biggest drawback of this one. It does bend it great. It goes that far past. They say it's 130. I don't think it's quite. It might be. I didn't measure it. But that's the new addition to the family.
You can move this in and out to the line with they have screws back here. Now it's set back 1/8 of an inch from the line. I want to see if it will change the radius. Yeah, we got 1/8 inch on both ends now. Yeah, a little past. Tape all over it. Yeah, softened it a little bit. Let's get some heavier metal. Here's a piece of 16th inch, which you definitely want a bigger radius on. I don't have the formula on me. Ooh, that thing, you'd have to strap this down to something. Yeah, I better get some clamps. That was interesting. It broke it right off. I'm trying to think of what alloy this is. Wow. 16th is not happy. Maybe you leave this up slightly or soft. Yeah, it's doing it too sharp. Just for kicks, let's put a piece of rubber on there and do another one of these, or this small piece. Yeah, the radius does look bigger. I don't know if it's a spec, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. If I have to do some heavy metal, I'm gonna have to put something on the front edge. So just keep that in mind if you want one of these.
I will put a picture in here right now about where I bought it and how much it cost. Like I said, the automatic one I found was over 300. This one was right at 100, and it was a win-win. I don't have to have it on the table. The other one had legs. That would have been kind of nice, but you'd had it stuffed in the corner. This one I can just take these arms off really fast and put it away. So far I like it. But okay, I hope this helps somebody that wants to just do them flat across. Take the time to joggle them. If you go to rivet it up and you don't like it, you can always grab another piece of stock. They're really cheap. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.